Hello everyone, this is Lore Chief. This video is going to be about exploring the nation Outpost. The Outpost is a kind of a city or a town that each nation has. They're identical in appearance and layout. They're just differently themed for whichever nation you're a part of. As you can see on the map, it just makes up a small portion of this overall beginner map. For those of you who are completely unaware of these map markers, these little red googly-eyed things here are the Drago turkeys. That's mentioned in the world travel video. This mug is the bar. It's pretty much useless. It's technically supposed to be a communal meeting place. This canoe will basically shoot you across the map to other nations. This boat here will take you back to Astrub. This coin with a K here, K is for comma, comma is the in-game currency. That's where you would mint money or also store items in the guild bank. And then finally the star here represents a clan member. You can see these on all of the maps. The clan member is the person you're supposed to satisfy by doing the environmental quests. They grant you bonuses and grant your whole nation bonuses. They persist until somebody puts the objectives out of sync. So, right now I'm in the center of the outpost. You've got Jonk, the clan member, as shown on the map as a star. This is also an NPC you would talk to if you needed to do a respec, which lets you redistribute your skills, stats, and specialties. You've also got the Phoenix here. These are all over the game, usually one per map. This is where you would save, so when your character dies or when you do the /suicide command, which will bring it'll bring you back to this Phoenix here. Just as a quick note, if you do a /suicide, it will not harm your character's progress at all. You don't lose any experience or anything. You will be given the Dedarm debuff, though, which will reduce your damage output and your HP for about 4 minutes. But if you're not planning on going into combat, /suicide is a really good way to get around in this game. So over here you have basically food and herbing related profession tables. You've got the bread oven for baking, the stove for cooking, the fisherman's workshop for cutting up fish and making lures and all sorts of things out of them. You've got distillery, which is what herbalists use to take their herbs and turn them into something useful for other crafting professions. And you've also got the millstone, which baking and cooking will both need. This helps you make flour and other items that you're going to use for other professions, like eco-fiber. You learn all of your NPCs, you learn all of your professions from this NPC here, as far as these professions are related. You don't have to take a test or anything along those lines anymore. You just tell her, I want to be a baker, and you instantly have baking. This is a zap over here, by the way. Mentioned also in the travel video, you right-click and unlock each of these whenever you find them, and you can travel to and from them anywhere in the game for a small fee of 100 comma. I prefer to travel free, so I take the long way around, but if you're in a hurry, this is the best way to travel. So over here we've got the, well, it's kind of a mixture of armor professions and other professions that use wood. So we'll start with the left. You've got the setter, which is the jeweler crafting table. This is where you make your necklaces and amulets. You've got the leather shop, which is used for making, I believe, cloaks, helms, and boots. You've got the tailor's workshop, which I believe is for chess pieces. Yeah, I don't even remember these things anymore. Tanner's workshop is where you convert leathers and skins into better materials for use on pretty much every profession. Then you've also got the wood lathe. This is for the handyman profession. This helps you make furniture, IKEA kits, which are used for expanding your bank storage, those types of things. And then the sawmill, which is used for processing your lumber that you're cutting down for use in other professions. Lumber is usually used in lumber. The lumberjack profession, obviously, but also the handyman and any of the combat weapons specialties. Oh, and here's the NPC that you learn from. Same as the other one. And down here you have the forging area. There's the NPC you learn forging stuff from. This machine over here is a comma minting machine. You don't need to learn comma minting, you have it by default. This is basically the #1 way in the game to create money. The in-game currency, again, is comma, and you take mining ores and you throw them in here and they will craft it into comma for you. It can take a long time though, depending on how much you're trying to craft. Just keep that in mind. The polisher is used for mining. This is used for making bombs, powders, dusts, etc. Then you've got the area of effect weapons forge. This is used for making weapons that if you were to use the weapon skill effect in combat, which is very rare because people use their skills, the weapons aren't usually good, it would have an AoE effect, either a straight line or maybe a ground AoE or something to that effect. Close combat is for things like daggers and swords. They don't do any additional effects like that on the AoE side. But like with daggers, you can wear 2 of them. So it's weapons are. I'll get to weapons later. And then you have the long distance weapons forge, and then the armorer's workshop, which is used for making the remaining armor pieces that aren't covered by tailor, jeweler, and leather dealer. Over here you've got where people usually try to vend their goods. I'm in Bonta, so they don't have a whole lot because their nation's been ravaged by a horrible governor. So anyways, you've got the various bags, the canoe that I mentioned earlier that'll take you to the other nations, and then you've got the Outpost market board, which I've also covered in the market tutorial, but that's also here as well as the nation board. Up here, like I said before, this is the bank. You've got this is essentially where you create guilds. You check on the status of Haven World auctions, and you've got access to your guild's bank. Just for reference, this is what the guild bank looks like. And this place is really only relevant once you start getting into your nation's quest line. It's called the Outpost Garrison. Inside here is basically an office where you're going to do some quests and talk to some NPCs. Other than that, I haven't found another purpose for it. The canoe here next to it is what will send you to your nation's headquarters, which is like a little island off the coast of your nation that has the castle for your people. It's also where the jail is when you end up in jail or throw other people in jail for your nation. And last but not least, this is the ship that takes you to and from Astrub. It's free to use, and unlike it used to be like 2 years ago, you can actually use any nation's boat to get to any of the nations for free. This is what I meant earlier by cheap travel. I can basically take this boat to Astrub and then take a turkey to the next boat, so I can get from Bonta to Amakna pretty quickly, or from Sofokia to Brakmar, etc., etc. And that's all we've got here today. This is the Nation Outpost. It's relatively new compared to the rest of the game. They didn't used to be this useful. The one thing you'll find that you don't have access to in here is a water well. That's actually outside the nation someplace in the field. Water is used for baking breads and making other stuff, but it's minor inconvenience. Thanks for watching.